be talking about probably the largest, most glaring bug that I've witnessed, that many of you have witnessed, this void and continuing through Elite Wars, that caused real troop loss, that caused real changes in the void score and possibly outcome, as well as the outcome and score of Elite Wars. This bug, many of you have reported, I have reported, and are waiting patiently for something to be done by Camel. This video is intending to provide some evidence, provide some video evidence, some picture evidence, and increase the awareness of this bug, because there are many people that don't even know that this bug existed, and they're going to be outraged, as they rightfully should. So without further ado, let's dive in. We're going to start off with a couple of different examples and some receipts of some pretty outrageous bugs that happen. We're going to start off with 255 versus 175. This was void. And a big thank you for all the people that provided these reports to me, that provided this analysis, that helped do this. All I'm doing is accumulating it and using my platform to bring awareness to this and to hopefully pressure Camel into doing making this right, doing a compensation that truly rewards the people that have lost real troops and real recruiting speed and have possibly lost, the results of void. So let's dive in. We're going to look at these two reports. And if you're not familiar with 255, it's, winner of GC, one of the strongest nations in all of AOO. Here you can see there's 38 attackers here. So these 38 attackers are really, really powerful. And then 36 attackers here from the enemy. And so even though this battle looks like they won, look at these losses. And another example. This is an example where 28 attackers, 30 attackers, they won, but the losses are pretty high. We're going to look at the details of this report. So when you look at, the defender side, what happened this void is that certain troops in different battles got abnormally boosted stats and kills. So in this case, it is the female Titan and the zombies that just have insanely high kills, right? So the male Titan killed nobody. The female Titan killed 200k here. And this is not a strong player. Level 21 Warplane, level 24 Titan. And that permeates throughout the entire battle report, where zombies just got super boosted. Here you can see all of these zombies got super boosted, and then all of the female Titan got super boosted. And you do see that frame by frame, that the analysis that 255 did, where you can see here in this frame of this battle, where the zombie skill right here is about to attack, and these are cannons. That's 842.9 thousand cannons. A lot of these are T13 cannons. These are strong players in 255. And then look at that. That zombie skill just decimated 842,000 cannons. Absolutely does not make sense. Those are some real losses. Those are some really expensive, long recruited cannons at T13 level that players have spent real dollars getting those recruiting speed, real dollars and getting those troops that are just gone poof because of a coding error, a glaring coding error. I mean, it's not even possible to be explained away. This is just simply wrong, right? So that's probably one very clear example of, look, this absolutely does not make sense. Give me back those troops. Does not make sense. This is not a strong player. No offense to 175, but that battle, if this bug didn't happen, would be very, very different. This attacker would not have that many losses, especially because the attacker probably got these attackers in all at the beginning, and these defenders just trickled in. So this is not what the report should have looked like. Let's go into our next example. So we're going to next look at 219 versus 30. 219, another powerhouse nation. Again, hats off to 30, but this battle, 35 Sin does not lose against 35 POT. It just doesn't happen, and especially not 3.2 million losses. And you can see it in the report. So here's one of the defenders. Everything looks okay here, except look at that warplane. You know, that's a lot of kills for a level 22 warplane. Just doesn't make sense. Look at this warplane. A lot of kills for the level 22 warplane, and even for the Titans. Just again, look at those warplane kills. And we're gonna look at. So I do have a recording from this. Again, thank you. So let's look at this, and we're gonna slow it down, and we're gonna look at it frame by frame, right? So if you look at this. Look at this frame here. There's about 100,000 shredders, 140,000 tanks, and whoops. It's hard to play the video, so we're going to do it here. And I'm going to go frame by frame now. So we're going to look at the tanks right here. Oh, look at the shredders. We're going to see the shredders go poof. Let's pause it. See the shredders right here. There they are. There's about 160,000 getting hit. Whoa, look at that. Just poof. One hit and they're gone. Then now we're going to look at the zombies. See these zombies? They're just getting killed. 665,000 zombies. One hit, they're gone. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, these are really, really strong players. Clear bugs in the game, and we'll continue. Let's look at the next example. This is probably one of the most glaring ones. So let's look at this one. This one just hurts me to see. 58 attackers, 114. Again, they did really well in GC. A powerhouse nation, 274. Nothing against 274, but 58 attackers against 27 attackers. This is impossible. Impossible to have 25 million troops against 10 million troops, and you lose 6.7 troops. This is probably the worst one I've seen, right? That's a lot of troops. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of recruiting speeds. This is a lot of pain. And when you look at it, you'll understand why. Look at this crazy kills by a level 22 warplane. 600k kills by a level 22 warplane. This level 42 warplane killed 1.3 million. It continues again. Just does not, it's, clearly, something is seriously wrong where the defenders got this massive boost to cause this outrageous report that just does not seem possible. And it's not, it's just wrong. And it didn't just stop in one nation. It permeated in many nations, this void. And these are some of the examples that people were able to give to me, but there's many that people just don't even know. So go back and check your reports, and then file a ticket, and then write to your VIP representative that something needs to be done, something more than a, absolute insulting 10 8-hour recruiting speeds. Let's look at a lot of examples from 269 versus 171. Oh God, this is another one that really hurts me to look at. 54 attackers of UBN, another powerhouse nation, against 171. 13 defenders. Look at this. This battle is almost same in the terms of amount of BP lost. 1.8 million troops. Again, real money lost by people in this nation of 269, right? So again, even though this was a successful battle, there never should have been this many losses. So let's look into it. And they've done a great analysis to figure out why. And look at these. It is these amped up EMPs or lasers. Level 10 lasers, 860,000 kills. Another player, ramped up lasers, over 1.5 million kills. Also, you can see here, the Titan kills look a little abnormally high. Even for the weak player, look at the female Titan kills. This seems, outrageously high. Sorry, I said weak, but, relatively when we're comparing against the monsters. Let's look at the next report. 18 attackers. Okay, seems okay. 24 defenders. 2 million troops lost here, 2.7 here. But the attackers, when you look at the detail of the reports, you'll see that the zombies are boosted in this one. So it looks like different troops get selected at different times for the defender to get boosted. Every single defender has boosted zombie kills. Doesn't make sense. And these are, both T11 and T12 zombies that are just, shredding the defense. Just does not make sense. Third report. Another example here. 51 attackers, 29 defenders, 22 million versus 11 million. The dynamics of this game does not result in this kind of losses. So if you dig deeper into it, in this case, the male Titan was jacked up. You can see every single male Titan has kills that are abnormally high. Every single male Titan on the defender side. So this is AOS, the defender. And then we're going to look at one more report where it's both the male Titan as well as zombies that are jacked up. So here you can see 13 attackers, 1.4 million troops lost. You know, this was a defeat, 13 attackers, but these are 13 really strong people. And then on the defenders, you'll see why is that, again, we have the male Titan being just boosted up. Every single male Titan. And then also look at this, like 8,000 T12 zombies killed 20,000. Here too, you can see the male Titan. And then also here, you'll see the zombies just, you know, shredding the defense. Again, zombies and male Titan. So we've observed a common pattern in all of these glitches. And it's that, you know, in the defense, it favored the defense. And it resulted in huge, huge losses. This is not frenzy. This happened before. This happened, I think, before with 309, where there was a big battle and the defense won something that they weren't supposed to. And, you know, Camel basically said, you know, everything is fine. There's nothing wrong. This is not the 309 instance. There are hundreds and thousands of witnesses to this problem. There are people that have written to Camel about this, that have written about these bugs. And, you know, they're not happy, right? This is a lot of troops lost. So look at Camel's response. They said, developers need some time to check and analyze the data. Please be patient first. Thank you for your understanding. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of time and analysis because, you know, players without coding experience, without any of that, can tell pretty quickly that there's something seriously wrong with this. Instead of Camel just saying that, hey, look, we noticed that there was a huge problem with battle dynamics, especially in defense. That caused a lot of losses. We're going to look into this and we're going to fix this, rest assured. Is that what they did? Absolutely not. What they did is said that they're going to look into it instead. So you can look at the version history here. I went into the app and looked at the version history. There is no edits or updates that happened in the last couple of days. But if you look at a void report, it's going to say battle replay expired. So instead of trying to make things better, and if you go into any of your void reports, I have one saved here. Again, this is one where there probably is some flaws. You know, 38 ED1 probably does beat 46 of us. Now, this was against a pretty strong player. We succeeded, but you can see that we lost a lot of BP. So, you know, hats off to ED1. We did win this void finally, so we got revenge back. But, you know, with these bugs, who knows? Maybe we got some advantage here. When you try to hit the replay, battle replay expired. I mean, I know Camel does this, but, you know, why do this when there was no update? There was no update. You can see it in the version notes here. There was no update. There was an update a week ago. There was an update for the new military ranks. Why did the battle replay just expire? Because maybe a lot of people complained and they wanted to kind of do damage control. I'm guessing here, this is not a fact, but it doesn't look good. It's not a good look. You can still, however, you can still go back into your reports and then check the defense and see if anything looks abnormal. I looked in this one and I didn't see it, but I'm sure there might be something. You know, maybe I'm missing it. Each player seems like to have like different stats. I don't know what abnormally looks high. I don't see something here, but yeah. So going back to the bugs, I hope Camel does something that is out of character for their responses of this, where they take responsibility for this and say that we can do better. We're going to institute much better quality control when we, you know, look at our code and release code for things that this never happens again. And because this happened, we're going to go to each battle, look at what the calculation would have been if that bug hadn't been there. And then we will go and then compensate people for those losses. Will they go and do that? I don't think so, but it needs to be done. This 58 attackers did not, you know, lose 6.7 troops. What are you going to do about that? Like, if your answer is that you're going to give a slap in the face, insulting, you know, blanket 10 times 8-hour recruitment speeds to everybody, including the attacker as well as the defender, That's not good enough. You need to go person by person, every single report that happened in the game, and then compensate them for those troops that wouldn't have been lost had the game dynamics been played properly. Not to even mention, all of the people that actually lost a void, that that care about their record, and all the rewards from that happen. I mean, it's just to unwind this mistake is huge, but you gotta do better. You gotta do something that is more than superficial that you've been doing in the past, Camel. This will not go down. Your players that you're messing, the players that have complained to you are VIP players. The players that have complained to you are players that actually are the heaviest attackers. They're the ones that are spending most of your money. So my note to Camel, and I've written to Camel, I've written to my boss, the leader of the vet program, and I've said, look, this is not just, and his response was right to customer service. I'm sorry, that's not going to cut it. This is not a customer service problem. This is like saying there's a huge recall in your car. That's not saying that, hey, just take it to your dealership. This is a huge recall in your car, and your car killed people. Like, your troops are dead. Like, do something better, right? So this one, it didn't end. Like, instead of fixing it, instead of kind of addressing the issue that's still continuing, you can see this is from a Elite War. This is 372 versus 351. And you can see here in one of these Elite War battles, 40 attackers, 21 defenders, and look at the BP lost, right? So then look at this one. 7 million troops wounded versus 25 defenders, 48, almost double the number of attackers, and 2.5 times the BP loss, and look at the number of wounded. And then when you look at this is probably the worst example I've seen of the bug. T11 zombies, 35,000 zombies killed 2.5 million troops. That's probably the icing on the cake. This one something needs to be done. Those Elite Wars that people lost. I mean, I think we won one where we were in the losing the battle in the home, and then suddenly we won. So these bugs, the game dynamics, Camel has always said that they can't share the game dynamics. Maybe you need to be audited. Maybe you need to share the game dynamics, because your product is not instilling confidence. Not at all. It's not instilling customer satisfaction. It's not instilling customer trust. The least that people can expect from an online game, from an online mobile game, is that the battle dynamics are tested and retested. It should not be found by players that are just playing the game, and it should not result in this kind of widespread problems. So Camel, please don't do your customary garbage response. Please do something to address this problem. And then to all my viewers, put the pressure on Camel and don't accept, some garbage, slap in the face, compensation for this. Demand that they do better, and, that they really need to do better in the future when they roll out these, instead of investing all this crap and all this money on these events and these superficial skins. Fix the product that you have, or you will be at risk of losing it all. I mean, this game will die if you cannot instill customer trust and reliability of your game mechanics and basic battle algorithm. So Camel, it's time to step up the game, or find another game. But yeah, this is bad. You can do better. It's time to do better.